This is Lookup Channel. Today we are covering the following topics on the war in Ukraine. It's the 545th day of the war. Ukrainian defenders enter Robotyne, evacuate civilians on Bradley. BRICS Summit, no Putin. Drones damage apartments near Moscow. Ukrainian defenders enter Robotyne, evacuate civilians on Bradley. Ukrainian troops operating on the southern front have achieved a significant breakthrough around the village of Robotyne in Zaporizhia Oblast. Ukrainian defense forces from the 47th Brigade have entered settlement of Robotyne and organized the evacuation of civilians, while the Russians shelled the village with artillery. Ukrainian defenders evacuate civilians on Bradley. These people had been captured in occupied village for 18 months.
Алло, дочечка, алло.
Привіт.
Привіт, куколка. Доця, нас вивезли, доця.
Я знаю, мам, я знаю.
Не плач. Ми вже дома.
Привіт.
Привіт,
Привіт.
сонечко моє. Як ми скучили за вами.
Ми дуже за вами скучили, скоро ж побачимо.
І знаємо, що їдемо до миру, їдемо в Україну.
Я чекала ЗСУ.
Чекали ЗСУ в Роботине?
Ну а як?
А де ви там
А
ховалися?
що я буду? У себе в хаті. До побачення.
До свидания. Кстати, поглади ее еще раз.
Погладь. Юлочку нашу.
Пошли ее.
The Ukrainian armed forces are continuing their advance in the Melitopol direction. On August 18th, CBS News, citing anonymous U.S. officials, reported that Ukrainian forces were making progress toward Tokmak. The settlement is located more than 20 kilometers to the south of Robotyne. One of the goals of the Ukrainian counteroffensive is to advance south through powerful Russian fortifications in order to recapture the occupied city of Melitopol, the gateway to Crimea. BRICS Summit, no Putin. Russian Foreign Affairs Minister Sergei Lavrov arrived in South Africa on Tuesday to attend the BRICS Summit in Johannesburg. Lavrov is attending the summit in person after Russian President Vladimir Putin pulled out a few weeks ago. Lavrov is representing Putin at the summit. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, known as the BRICS bloc, will meet in Johannesburg from Tuesday until Thursday to assess the group's expansion and boost their currencies against the West. As a bloc, it in total BRICS accounts for a quarter of global GDP. South Africa's president, Cyril Ramaphosa, will host China's President, Xi Jinping, India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, Brazil's President, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, and 50 other leaders. Russian President Vladimir Putin is the only leader not expected to attend the summit. His participation will be virtual. Putin has an international criminal court warrant out for his arrest and has declined the in-person invitation. This warrant is related to alleged war crimes in Ukraine. Drones damage apartments near Moscow. Russian officials said early on Tuesday that the military had brought down 4 Ukrainian drones near Moscow and over the Bryansk region that borders Ukraine. Russia's defense ministry said there were no injuries in the latest attack. One of the drones was shot down over Krasnogorsk, a town outside Moscow, that hosts the Moscow regional government. Videos and pictures from the scene showed broken windows in a high-rise apartment building, debris on a pavement and a car with a hole in its glass roof hatch. Airspace over the Russian capital was briefly closed and 3 major Moscow airports suspended flights. On Monday, spokesperson of Ukraine's main intelligence directorate Andriy Yusov, asked about the previous drone attack, told news agency, "Intelligence is working." Drones, thought to be Ukrainian, although Ukraine typically denies this, have also struck Russian air bases several times, damaging some of the strategic bombers that Russia uses to attack Ukraine. As a result of the attacks on the Soltsy and Shaikovka airfields, 2 Tu-22M3 strategic bombers were completely destroyed, and 2 other aircraft were damaged, Ukrainian sources in defense intelligence claim.